I think that means we're live. I'm pretty sure that means we're live. Pretty sure. Yep. Hello, everyone. Oh, we're going to wait for some people to kind of trickle in. Create output projector. I think that's working. Maybe we're live. What's up, everyone? It says it's scheduled for later, but we're going to see exactly how that goes. I was hoping to have some wireless mics tonight, but I don't. So we're just going to have to kind of work around the microphone and just kind of see how things go. I do have an overhead for us to work with when we need it. But otherwise, I'm just going to be kind of chilling and hanging out and kind of seeing what chat does tonight. Kind of just enjoying the background music that is here. Test. Maybe I don't want to hear myself kind of talk. I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. We're going to see. Kind of messing with some settings right now. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing all right. Welcome to chat. To stream to something. What's up? Hello, hello, hello. We are transplanting. Oh, we're doing a whole build transplant tonight. It's gonna be kind of fun. We are taking my test bench, which I've had in a couple of different kind of videos as a background. I'm going to be doing some content around PC stuff, but I kind of want to move this build into a different one for a completely different reason, and we'll be using a test bench for something else. But I'm actually going to just basically gut what I have here, and everything I have here is going to go into the new case, which is a small form factor case, and I'm basically building like a stream. Not stream, like a gaming box, like a console. But we're just going to do it with some AMD hardware I have here. I've been testing out the software, and it has been just mint. So I know the system boots, the OS is already installed, and it works great. All I'm doing tonight is I'm going to strip down this test bench. I'm going to get it stripped, done, and gone, and stick it into the new case. That's kind of what we're doing tonight, and I figured while I'm here, I might as well just kind of do it with you guys. So, and then you can obviously ask me questions if you have any kind of questions about the builds or what we're doing or anything like that. So, yeah. Oh. No magnetism on these screws. That's kind of crazy. All right. That'll be that. If you're just jumping in chat, hello. Welcome to stream. We will kind of explain everything. I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm actually going to be basically gutting a lot of what's here. None of these screws are magnet, which is kind of funny in a way, but also kind of concerning. So, what's up? Oh my gosh. What's up, girl? How you doing? Welcome to chat. Building us a PC tonight. Well, technically I've already built the PC. I'm basically like ripping a PC apart that I've already built and putting it in a different case, but kind of with a cool purpose. So it's gonna be fun. Good. What's up? How's life? How are things? Or just, oh, there's one more screw. I was about to say, I'm hung on something here. Guess what? Chicken butt. Chicken butt. What's up? Oh. Wow, that came off a little too easy, I feel. But we'll let it be what it is. Let's pick up all these screws. We're going to need them. We might not need them. Hopefully the case will have some screws. All right, let's get power supply off. Dang, well, I signed up. What is dang? Oh, chicken butt. Well, I signed up for my high school classes. Yo! So what'd you sign up for? Interpretive dancing? Is that what we signed up for? Some interpretive dancing? All right. Again, I'm just pulling off all this cabling because I know I'm going to be using obviously everything because I'm just basically moving a working system into another working system. And that should be mostly it. I think I'll undo this fan and hopefully we can do a couple fans in the new case. English 1 honors and can't dance. Okay. You got to tell me though, is music in there? Gotta have music now. Stream, hope everyone's doing all right. Those of you just hanging out in the background, hope you're doing okay. Don't feel like you have to comment or anything. We're just kind of building a machine tonight. Right now, I'm actually stripping down my test bench build, which is the build I am going to be using for this. And we'll talk about the parts and everything once I start pulling stuff apart. Because I think I'm going to put a different cooler, a higher heat TDP cooler on this to help out. So we're going to move away from the stock Wraith cooler. And yeah, we'll see. Marching band and regular band. GG's. So regular band. What you playing in the regular band? Band goes this way. Oof, oof. What you playing in that regular band? Bro, good morning. Naveen. What's up? What's up? I love the bro. Can I just say I love it when people jump in and they're like, bro. That makes me so happy. I say bro so often. I feel like I might offend people, but it'll be what it is. All right, hold on. Let's get some mounting hardware. Oh, I'm the one called Beast Live. Chat your previous. Oh, what's up, man? Oh, I'm just grabbing a few things to get started. I'm missing a box. I'm not missing a box. I have said box. I need something to wipe this off. Oh, I gotta go, but hopefully May 9th, please make sure you pass me that information. Please, please, please. I haven't done much on social media lately, so I bet you I have a bunch of like unread messages. But yeah, please send me that information. I will. What I'm thinking is why your channel is getting no views. See you. What I am thinking is why your channel is getting no views these days, even though you have everything and all set. That I'm not getting any views? What do you mean by not getting any views? Like, I'm literally at like 80,000 views a month, bro. Over 3,000 views a day. I think that's fantastic. I mean, do you not think that that's fantastic? I let videos sit for a while, man. Sometimes videos don't pop off the moment that they're posted. Sometimes they take time to mature. Like, for example, I got a video right here, this multiple monitors video. Watch this. This video sat for over a year. Here's a year right here, 365 days. First 365 days, and I got 400 views. Now look, 17K. I changed nothing. Sometimes videos just need to take some time, man. I'm getting plenty of views. Mean your latest videos? My latest videos? $35. It just went up an hour ago. 8 days ago. This one's not supposed to get a bunch of views. It's for community. This one's also a community video. 7,000 views. I mean, 2K views, 1.7K, 1.9K, 1.8K. I mean, I think I'm getting some views, man. I think you deserve more views, you know what? Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying now. Sorry. The truth is, I do feel like I deserve more views, but if we sat in this world and only lived by the things that we felt like we deserved, we would never get anything. And so I'm thankful for what I'm getting. I'm offended by that statement. Right, Deadly? Right? You know, I'm not... You get what you know you're given. And honestly, what you need to know is Deadly Dual Gaming is my editor, by the way. He has been killing it. You should go watch the latest video. It is nice. He's been doing a great job. But like, man, it's if you're always hoping for the things that you don't have, you're never going to achieve currently, because you're always expecting failure, or that you feel you're failing. So when are you ever going to see your successes? So that's how I feel about it. Do I think I should have more views? Totally. I 100%. I stay tuned. You don't worry. I like your vibe. Nah, you good, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. It's just sometimes things don't always go that way, and some things just sit for a while, bro. But honestly, since picking up an editor and kind of keeping my content a little more upbeat, I have been excited about every upload. So, Deadly, you've made me love the content I'm putting out. So, for a while, it felt like I was kind of... And even with Wyatt was great. But for a while, I felt like I was kind of just drudging along and kind of just putting out content to put out content. And now I feel like I'm really making an impact. And even if the video only gets 100 views, if those 100 people get impact from it, that's all I care about. Do I want millions of views? Totally. I'm about to have one of my old videos pass like 400K or 500K. Yeah, but if I was always going off what I should have in life, I would have given up on streaming or content creation a long time ago, bro. All right. We are currently, here, I'll pop this camera on so you can see it. I'm currently just cleaning off this old cooler of mine, which is a fantastic cooler. It's the Scythe Fuma 2. Oh, it's so good. But we're going to pull this off and stick it on here, but it requires a whole new bracket. Anyway, I like that you make a video. I like you make a video about NFT. Nah, NFTs are not something that I'm really into. It's not that I'm against it. I'll move this a little closer so you guys can kind of see what I'm about to do. It's not that I'm really against it. It's just, I'll be honest, I don't understand it. And maybe that's my reservation with it, is I just don't understand it. If somebody sat down with me and kind of explained NFTs, because there's so many things like blockchain and all these terms that I really just don't understand. More like NF lame. Yeah, man. I wish I knew more. And I feel like there's obviously a bunch of creators that are already doing it, and not that's why you shouldn't create content. I'm just really behind the game, and I would probably spend a year before I really made content and felt comfortable with it. So, dang, there's no way these screws are still going. Dang, I guess they still are. I have a channel with 5K subs. Monetize is on, but I'm already failed. Can you help me with that? First of all, no channel has technically failed. Your definition of failure is what you determine it. The real question is, how'd you get 5,000 subs and how'd you get monetized? What content were you making that got you monetized? Let's talk about that for a second. Because you obviously made content, right? You didn't just... Oh, there's the back plate. There we go. All right. There, finally let go. Ooh, that's some nice thermal paste. Oh. Yeah, what kind of content were you making before? What got you to 5,000 subscribers and what got you enough for the monetization program? Just cleaning off this old thermal paste off of this Ryzen 5, which is, ooh, there's so much thermal paste. I definitely used too much when putting this on, but I wanted thermal paste to not be the bottleneck when I built this build. Because it was supposed to be a test bench, right? So... I have 4 videos with nice impact. So what does that look like? 4 videos. What is that content? When you say we have 4 videos, I mean, are they like 4 original pieces of content that you created, like stuff around? Did you repost stuff? How did you... What was that journey like? Because to understand your goals and what your expectations should be, you first need to understand your niche and also where your audience came from. I make a couple of mixing videos for fun as a kid and they don't get reach. Okay, so were all 4 of those videos DJ videos? I think that's fine. By the way, let's talk about some PC specs. On here, you have a Ryzen 5 3600, just a 6-core, 12-thread CPU, 65-watt TDP. Not a crazy chip, but honestly, a very capable chip. 16 gigs DDR4. I think it's 3200 speed. Trident RGB. I got the CPU used for about 80 US. The RAM I got used for 30 US, and the board I got as a package deal with a bunch of stuff, so it probably cost me about 40 US. It's a B550 board. Yep. So if all four were mixing stuff, like what's the content that you're making now? Are you still making, sorry, the overhead's in the way. Are you still making that kind of content? Because content doesn't live forever. There's evergreen, but there comes a point where sometimes even evergreen content is going to become less desirable. So what I would do if I was in your shoes, you have 5,000 subscribers on a channel, right? You've already reached monetization. And you say, I think I'm going to pivot to a different niche. And all of a sudden you pivot to a different niche. If they don't follow you, I wouldn't be surprised. Because the truth of the matter, you're delivering on stuff that they didn't agree to and they subscribed to you. So if you're going to be someone who wants to revive that old channel, if you're still into that kind of content, then you need to make that kind of content. If you're not still into that kind of content, then it is going to be a long road ahead. It's basically keeping your monetization, but you're basically starting over. So you're going to have to treat it as, well, instead of having 5,000 subscribers, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed 5,000 views. You know, you're going to have to basically start over at zero, and kind of repositioning your channel is a risky thing in itself. So I would encourage you, if you're going to do it, the sooner you want to try and jump into that, the sooner you do, the best results you're probably going to get. So yeah, that's why I need your help. So what do you mean by, like, the help I'm giving you is the advice? Because I can't, like, make your content for you, right? So if you're looking for advice, my advice is simple. Keep the current channel. Just know you're not going to make much money from it. Start making videos. Unlist all your old ones if you want to pivot. If you don't want to pivot from your original channel's content, leave them. Because since you're already monetized, you're not going to lose your monetization unless you do something questionable. Right? So I would leave them if you're going to stay in the same content field. But if you're not, that's when things get different. So what are you thinking? You think you're going to stay in the same content area? You're going to stay with DJ mixing? Come here. You're not what I'm looking for. But you are. I'm dropping screws all over the place. Oh, it's a job for later, Brandon. Later, Brandon can pick up screws. Not that one, this one. Okay. I think this is the direction that I put these on. I've installed this cooler in probably, I think, 4 different systems now. And it is probably one of the best coolers. But the only reason it is not in my main system now is I was rendering a whole bunch of projects for a corporate client piece, and it just would not stop heating up. And I actually overheated my CPU like mid-render and crashed. And I had to like recover all that work. It was it was quite fun. That's such sarcasm, by the way. I think I have something new, right? Well, if you're gonna do something new, then you need to really consider how that's going to impact your content. So is this the right mounting? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I did install it correctly. So this one has 2 fans, but I only have 1 CPU header. I think I have a CPU splitter, like combiner things around here somewhere. Let's go ahead and get some thermal paste and then I can worry about that. Shoo-boo-boo-boo. So a steam machine. Nobody wanted to know what a steam machine is? Is this empty? Cooler Master, Master Pro Gel. Pretty sure. Yeah, this is all used up. Oh well. And this is all used up? Unfortunately. So I guess we're going to have to go back to this one. That doesn't really do all that hot. But you know what? It's going to be what it is. I think I might actually install a speaker on this PC. I've never installed a speaker on a PC, but I'm pretty sure for this one I'm going to install a little speaker. I'll come tomorrow and we will talk about this and I need your devices. What do you mean by will I come tomorrow? I will come tomorrow. What do you mean by that? You show up my house? That's chassis fan, that's CPU fan. Let's just install this cooler really quick. Oh, I think I need to take out this inner fan. Ugh. Be able to reach stuff. I do. Oh, the fan is so dirty. Probably need to clean that. All right. This is the Linus Tech Tip screwdriver. And it is quite an amazing screwdriver, I have to say. I absolutely love this thing. It works so well, so easy to use. And it's not just because it's a Linus thing. I'm just really impressed with how good this thing does. All right, let's keep tightening down. All right, that's all the way down. This one, that one's all the way down, and then back off ever so slightly. Okay. Cool. That one's done. All right, so we'll go ahead and pop this fan back in. There we go. On and on. Fans are in. Cool. All right. Next step is to get the fan splitter installed and then throw this in a case, throw a GPU in it, and boop, 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 boop. Afterburn 85, what are we building? So this is a Ryzen 5 3600, 32 gigs of RAM. This actually came off this was my test bench build. And this is an AMD RX 6600 XT. This is about like a 3060 Ti in performance-ish. And so this is all going into a brand new small form factor case that I just picked up, and it's gonna become my like couch gaming PC running Steam OS. And not even really Steam OS, it's actually running something called Hollow IS, which is Hollow OS, which is the same thing as the Steam Deck. And so it's such a cool thing, and I have already tested it. It works fantastic on this system and these parts, but I wanted it to have its own little special case burn. So we're gonna throw it all together and do that, but I need a CPU combiner thingy splitter, which I have over here. It's really cool. So it basically boots up like the Steam Deck. You have a controller connected to it and you can play all your Steam games. The only limitations is things like COD and Destiny 2 you can't boot up on it, which is unfortunate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boot it up again in SteamOS because it's actually installed already. But we're going to boot it up with it, and I might later switch it over to a Windows build and see. Yeah, this is the Scythe Fuma 2. Where's the Ninja? I can't remember. But anyway, this is the cooler that I've had in my this was my like main build cooler. It is, yeah, look at the cooler, it's stupid. It's, the graphics card isn't even as wide as it. This cooler is fantastic. It's been in so many builds, but it's going to find its new home here because I have an AIO that is in my new build now, or my current build. So can it do Steam Link? Yes, it can. 100% it can do Steam Link. So technically it can still play those games, it just can't play them natively, if that makes sense. So I can, we can boot it up and do whatever. So I think it can be like this can go anywhere. It can be a media system. It still has like Linux desktop experience. So you still get OBS and all that stuff built into it. It's just Linux. But it's so nice. The reason that I wanted to use it is because it has system-wide FSR. So even older graphics cards like the RX 580 I have in the system over here, that system also has it installed on it. That's a really cheap gaming system that I put together. It probably cost me like $300. And with FSR, which is like DLSS for NVIDIA, it's Radeon's version, it can upscale anything. Anything that plays on that, even if the game doesn't support FSR, it will automatically do it. Okay, get a travel screen built onto the side, make a mobile. Exactly. That's actually one of the things I want to do. I think it's the perfect size for a portable screen. I literally think it's the perfect size. So, all right. I got to grab... I wish I had my, I think I might have it to where maybe... Hold on. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? I'm actually coming through on stream. Probably sounds a little worse, but I think I have my got my little portable mic working right now, so I think it'll be all right. I'll let it hang out right here. Should be close enough to get a pretty good sound, and hopefully it doesn't peek through. Hopefully I'm not blowing your ears out too much. We'll pull it down just a little bit. I think it's just a little hot right now, but we'll see how it is. Never mind, that's why. Sounds like a wind tunnel. Okay. Okay, can everyone still hear me? Chef's kiss, there we are. All right, cool. All right, cool. As long as you guys can hear me, I'm gonna step over here. I'm literally in front of... This Hollow OS does not work with NVIDIA cards. However, there is another version of this called, I think it's called Chimera OS or something like that. That does, but it doesn't do some of the performance and overlay features. Ah, okay, so I found what I need for this. I feel like I'm still missing something else that I kind of want, I would like to find. I don't think I'm going to actively find it. I might have to do it later. So anyway, I found what I'm looking for. So with that, I'll just get this out of the way since I'm using this for the mic. But you can with the Chimera OS. You just lose some of the features, and I think it'll eventually be updated. That's okay. So what you can do is actually sideload it. But it's a really cool feature set, and I was really impressed with how well it performs. And it instantly updates and it downloads, and it just looks really nice. I was just really impressed with how it ran. And I was like, well, I'm gonna make a dedicated build out of this software because it is that good. All right, we're gonna kind of tuck this right here for now. Not where it's going to live, but in this case it doesn't have any tinted panels or open panels, which means that I don't necessarily have to make it look pretty looking on the inside. I just have to get it functioning and cooling, but I kind of want to do the least amount of fans as possible because I want this build to be quiet. All right, so here's the new case. It is kind of small, which is exactly why I bought it. This is a small form factor case that fits micro ATX as well as mini ITX. And so I said, you know what, we're gonna, oh, look at this, they give like everything. Wow. They literally gave, let me cover my eyes. They literally gave everything in a nice little like box right here. So cool. For the interest of what we do here, I'll put this down on the ground. Can it run games that way, and for a casual couch stream? Can it stream as well as connect to stream via separate PC? So the answer to you is, I got it to download OBS. My problem is I got to that point downloading OBS and then never really got to the next part. So from my understanding, it can obviously do that and then do like desktop capture, display cap, and you can still stream and connect everything just fine, right? And then obviously you can HDMI out it and just use a separate PC if you want, which is no big deal, which is what I think I'm going to do. I'm just gonna use that little mini PC to capture it. But the real reason why I kind of jumped in this is I wanted like a mobile PC. So if I went somewhere, like this is more than capable of a build to do kind of on the go gaming. It's literally a console. And here's the case. Really small, wow. Not very big, will easily fit where I'm wanting to put it. And is very light. Plenty of USB on the front. Sorry, I might seem to be a minute or so behind. That's okay. Reset button, headphone, microphone port, vertical mounting options. Just overall a really nice, it just looks like a nice piece. And I know you can install some radiators and stuff in here. So I could, if I wanted to, oh man, this is just built so well. They're little magnetic clasps for everything. Look, here, let me switch the overhead on so you can see what I'm talking about. So here's the case. It's small, right? On the back, it's got little magnetic clasps to lock the PCIe stuff in. How cool is that? 2 USB 3s on the top, microphone port, power and reset. But there's no airplane gaming, sorry, that's fine. Yeah, so there's nothing supposed to be surprising about this. It's supposed to be a no frills, toolless entry apparently. So I think I just get into the case. I don't know how I'm supposed to just get into the case, but I know it's toolless. I do know that. Oh, you just pull at the back. Let me turn off the overhead. You just pull like at the top corner. Oh, and it just pops out. Nice. So on the inside, looks like there's a radiator support here. Obviously the motherboard and everything goes in here, and then the GPU goes in the bottom, but there's support for a 120 or a 240 rad here, a 240 rad here, and a 240 rad here. And then some fans up front. And it supports SFX and ATX power supplies. So it's just supposed to be small, like pick it up and go. That's really what I want it to be, but honestly, I just want it to be sleek, like eye attracting, so that it would just be a relaxing like case to have. Nothing over the top, anything like that. So this should be really easy because I should just be able to pop these parts in. My only thing I'm worried about is getting the power supply in. Right now I'm removing the support bracket, or AKA cool, that was quite easy. Something for water cooling. There's an ATX bracket on the inside, and there's only one 80mm fan already pre-installed in here. I think I have a fan hub that I've bought, but I also think that I've already used that fan hub. So for right now, I don't think I'm going to add any fans in here until I buy a fan controller and then see what temps are without it. We'll see. Yeah, bro, I test some analytics data on my channel. All right, go for it. All right, so we're gonna kind of remove some of the innards, and right now you guys can't necessarily see what I'm doing, but I think that's okay. I'm talking you through it anyway. I'm not really sure like how to install everything, so we will be using the manual, because I will be installing an ATX power supply in here. I'm not exactly certain how in the world I'm supposed to do that. Remove screws on the rear plate, then open the top and bottom. All right, let's kind of remove screws. There are no screws. So does that mean it just pops up? It does. Cool. That's that one. I don't think I need to take the bottom one off, but you can put hard drives up here. It's like 3.5s and 2.5 hard drives in the top. That's cool. There's plenty of rad support. Oh man, you could do so many cool builds with this. This might not be the last build that I put in here, if I'm being honest, because there is so many opportunities. Like my full graphics card, that Zotac, I don't think there's any way it would fit in here, but I think a smaller card, this could be a very competent main PC case. A very competent main PC case. This is cool. This was like 70 bucks too. Like if you're looking for small form factor, heck yeah, man. I'm really impressed. All right, so what we need to do is figure out the ATX PSU thing. So I know that we're gonna have to remove this micro ATX cage, this small SFX power supply cage. Seeing as we have a full ATX power supply, not the little small dinky ones, which is okay. And I think that just comes out. That's so cool. 2 screws and all that stuff comes out. So nice. I think the ATX power supply just kind of hangs from the top. So nice. SFX power supply. Yeah, I'm doing MATX. All right, so with that being said, I guess we just go ahead and drop. It says to drop the motherboard in first, but I kind of want to put the power supply in first. I think that might be, I mean, it's kind of out of the way, so let's drop the power supply in, or the whole system in. Get this over the top. Yep, all right, system going in. Oh man. One thing I don't have for this is the like back piece, the IO shield. I do not have an IO shield. And so because of that, I'm just gonna have this open air in the back for the IO, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I love how this is like easily labeled. This is so cool. And they even give a motherboard screw spot. It's all taped. Wow. What's the build? AMD, Intel, card. Yep. Okay. So we'll kind of, let me go through the stuff for a second. So the case that we're building in is kind of the highlight of the show, because what this is, it's a Steam PC running Steam OS, which is not Steam OS, it's Hollow iOS, I think, Hollow OS. Anyway, it's basically the Steam Link, or Steam, what is it, Deck? Steam Deck. It literally performs like the Steam Deck. So I did a test build with it. I bought an RX 580 and I threw it on, and you had to only use AMD cards for this specific version of this. And it works great. System-wide FSR, which means every game, even if it doesn't support FSR, has FSR because of the Steam Link, or not Steam Link, Steam's Steam Deck software, right? So system-wide FSR, which was amazing. Hogwarts played wonderful on an RX 580, blew me away, right? And so I said, okay, so I traded my 3060 Ti for an RX 6600 XT plus some cash. Definitely a downgrade. However, I wanted to test it out. Works beautifully. So I bought a small form factor case, which is the SAM-01. SAM-IM-01. They have an IM-02, which has got a tempered glass panel on the side. But anyway, specs of the build. This is a Ryzen 5 3600 with 32 gigabytes of 3200 speed RAM. It's Trident's G-Skill. I'll let you see it once we get everything booted. Here, I can actually pop up the overhead so you can kind of see in the system. So G-Skill RAM, this is the Ryzen 5 3600, and then we're putting in here, this is the RX 6600 XT, and it runs wonderful. Plenty of space for ventilation. It doesn't even go like up to where the PSU stuff would come out, so plenty of space. This case is so cool because it's got ventilation on every single side, except for the front panel. So top, sides, bottom, back. You can actually do bottom fans. You can do top fans, radiator on top or bottom, or in the front piece that goes across. So many opportunities for this case to really shine. And so we're just gonna kind of test it out and continue to run with it and see how it performs. I've already done SteamOS or whatever it is, Hollow OS on it, and it's done absolutely fantastic. I have no complaints. My only complaint was, well, let me say this. I had a complaint, but it wasn't a PC problem. It was the form factor. I used my test bench to test everything out, and the test bench was just not what I needed to use. I needed to be using something that was in a case. And so this is just going to become like a permanent gaming situation. Top fans, side fans, bottom fans on. Yeah. Well, and the same thing when it comes to fans, this one had so many, for a small form factor case, there were so many options for fans. It was absolutely nuts. I was looking at the NR200, but I didn't want to buy a ITX board, because I already have a really nice B550 ITX board, but it's in my PC that I'm currently streaming on, which is the NZXT H1. The version 1. Got it used for a steal, honestly. And it's my main capture streaming PC, so that's what that's used for. So I didn't want to do that, but I had a spare B550 board that I had gotten from another trade deal. And I was like, you know what? We'll test this out. One thing I'm concerned about is this 80mm fan and how loud it's going to be, but you know what? For now, it's going to be fine. If I'm really worried about thermals and stuff like that, I'll switch to some Noctua fans. Because you can't see in here. Like, no one's gonna be like, oh my god, there's whatever tan fans inside your system. It looks so bad. No one's gonna say anything, because guess what? You can't see in here. There's no tempered glass. Alright, main system's installed. I could go ahead and install this chassis fan, because it will be technically my only fan, and it will be an exhaust fan. It is in a very precarious position, directly under the CPU cooler. The one thing I don't like about this specific motherboard is it only has a system fan and a CPU fan. So I would have to get something like a splitter, power it by SATA, and let it work that way. Which again, works, but it's just one more part to have to put in the system. Right now I'm struggling to get this thing plugged in. Come here. Turn. Oh, this big freaking cooler. Oh, this is a struggle. My fingers are too fat, bro. It won't. I can't get them in the hole. That's so inappropriate. I love this build. Basically, a stream machine is exactly what it is. And so what you do is you grab it, you turn it into a gaming machine for your couch, right? And just go for it. But since it's, you know, I can technically put Windows on this, and it can still be a really nice performing, a nice performing build, honestly. Really nice, actually. Real nice gaming performance, at least. But I think I'll just run the HDMI out of this into a capture card and then loop it back. Sorry about the quality. That's that C920, but it's not, it's struggling a little bit tonight. All right, chassis fan is installed. All that's fine. Now we just need to get the power supply in here and do some fun stuff with that. So power supply is over here. It is a semi-modular NZXT C750. I got this because it was all black at the time, but I didn't need all black. So we'll let it be what it is. I think I am gonna face the fan. How did they do it? They didn't really say MATX. Installation of SFX. ATX. Yeah, they didn't really say how you're supposed to orient it, but I'm going to orient it to the front so it doesn't suck air off of the CPU. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I don't want to have to take all of these screws out, but I have a feeling that I'm going to have to take some of them out. All right, hard drive, pillar, copper, HDD, hex screws, that's what I need. Yeah, so this thing is, it's gonna be a really nice build when it's done. Like I said, I kind of already know the performance. I just want it to be in a nice buttoned up kind of situation. All right, one screw. Let's get a second one and then I can stop holding it, bending it down. Yeah, and I got everything for really cheap, like the RX 6600 XT. I got the original 3060 Ti for $350. And then I got the RX 6600 XT for basically $300, which isn't that big of a deal price-wise. But for what I was trying to get out of it, it was enough for what I was wanting. The CPU was $80 used, and this was like over a year ago, almost a year ago. There's only 500 gigs of storage in here because it's just my like test drive. So eventually I'll probably throw in a 2 terabyte NVMe in here because they are so cheap, and if it's just gonna be a gaming machine, like why not? Like what's it gonna hurt to have like that kind of performance that's missing a screw, but I think that that's going to be just fine without that screw. I don't really want to take all that apart. Anyway, so I could always do some cool upgrades with this. This power supply has one of these little like plug things. Oh, I think I am gonna have to pull this off just to put this in, dang. You basically have like an extender, so you can plug the power supply in the back of it. It has its own little dedicated spot for power in. Most small form factors do. Will it be able to do Game Pass streaming as well, or can it replace? Yes, 100%. Sorry, I just looked up and saw it. 100%. If you do, like if you're using Hollow OS, you can still download all that other stuff and run it, blah, blah, blah. You know, GeForce Now, you could do all that. You'll lose a lot of power without that screw. Pews, you're totally right. I'm already having to pull this off anyway, so let me grab that screw and stick it in here. But yeah, I can always install Windows 11 on it and just make it boot up into Steam's Big Picture mode, which just recently had an update. I don't know if you've looked at it, but Steam's Big Picture mode had a really nice update. And it looks pretty awesome. All right, let me see if I can get this to plug. Oh, this is going to be an impossible plug. Oh, there's a place for the cable to go. Come on. Go in the hole. Ooh. Nice. Oh, that cable is definitely stretched around. I do not like that. Ugh. There. That makes me feel better. I just need to make sure that this power supply is on so that it works. LOL, I'm joking. Ha, totally. So yeah, you can install Windows 11 on this. I mean, it's just a normal PC. There's nothing crazy about it. I'm just choosing to test out this Hollow OS. And I've already, like I said, I've already kind of tested it out, and it's ran great, like New World and everything. It still supports keyboard, mouse. It's just a regular computer. It's just basically a Linux gaming machine. Nothing, no frills, nothing crazy over the top. It's just not Windows. And you can always just install Windows on it. It'd just be a normal gaming build. I just have different intentions. I got plenty of Windows PCs around here. I want to try something new. All right, so all that's installed. I think I'm gonna go ahead and, while I've got some room, install front panel stuff. I think I might only do power LED and power switch. I don't care about reset, and I don't want it blinking HDD, especially if it's in like a, think of if it going into a living room. Like, I don't want to blink and all that crap. So we just actually have to find on this motherboard the front panel connectors. There they are. So power LED plus and minus, and then power. All right, power LED plus and minus. And then power. Power! And seeing as this doesn't have a side panel, I am so not concerned about cable management. I do need a light. Did I not bring my panel up here? I thought I brought my panel up here. Maybe I'll turn this on so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, man, that is so bad. If I click this and do configure videos, it actually gonna pop up the thing. Yeah, look, camera control. And boop. All right, cool. No more flex with the camera. Weird stuff. Okay, all right. Front panel connectors are in. HD audio is all the way over here on the side. It's called AAFP on this board. This was a board that came out of a pre-built, which is fine. All right, USB 3.0 headers on the front. USB 3 plug is right here. Easy, easy lemon squeezies. That's done. I could, I guess, run all this through, try to make it pretty, but for now, I think we're just going to drape it across, close her up. All right, it's a small form factor case. I mean, I could wrap this one all the way around and try to make it look pretty, but who cares about pretty? All right, 8-pin is in. Let's get the 24-pin plugged in. Where's the latch? Other side, okay. Oh, 24 pins are the bane of my existence. I'm being 100% honest. Ugh. It's like the worst connector. It's seated, okay. Okay, 24 pin is in. Kind of wrap this around this way, get this way, because I'm gonna have to get some of these cables out of the way. All right, now time for the GPU. Again, RX 6600 XT. I need to actually get these. It is just a 2-slot card. It barely pulls any wattage. Oh, wrong ones. I gotta get the 2 middle ones out. I was hoping, it's still using like USB for Wi-Fi. I had a Wi-Fi card in this build, but this CPU is ever so long and too tall. And because it's 2-point-something slots, I actually can't install something in the bottommost PCIe slot, which is so unfortunate because I'd rather just have a Bluetooth card or something in here, and it's just enough to block everything. So unfortunate, but it will be what it will be. All right, just got to plug in an 8-pin GPU power, and then we can test to see if this thing still boots up. And I can show you Hollow OS. I think I still have a capture card connected, so easy. That's plugged in. Let's plug in an 8-pin power. And I think I'll plug in end of the piggy tail. All right, GPU's got power. And I think that is a complete build. Just gotta drop these 4 screws back in here. Put the panels on. Before we put the panels on, I think I'll probably hook up the capture card. We can go ahead and boot, and I can show you how this thing works. It's really cool, Hollow OS. Honestly, it's really cool. I got a question for you. Go for it, Pew. I'm lurking but listening somewhat. Hey, you're good. I just kind of wanted to put it on stream. I know I'm going to use it in a video later, so this is a really good way for me to kind of capture and get interaction with people. So, really nice. No way the cage right here is going to go back on for it, but plenty of accessories left in here. Handle screw. I'm assuming that's just to hold the top plate on. Yeah, those are just top plates on. Oh, there's a speaker. I should have hooked up the speaker. I kind of wanted it to have a speaker, just in case. But attempting to plug in a speaker now is going to be abysmal. I kind of want it to have a speaker, but you know what? It's gonna be what it is. Plug it in. If I want it, I can always take it apart. Tonight, let's get it all hooked up. Okay, so that's that. Let's get some power. Let's get video out, and then I'll connect a capture card for you. All right, I got power. Power's easy because I always know I have one of these here. Power's done. I have an HDMI cable, but I think I have it plugged in and snaked around. Do I have a spare HDMI cable? I believe the answer to that is yes. Here we go. HDMI. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat just yet. I don't think you're looking at my butt either. Here we go. Boom. That's plugged in. Something about a viewer. Okay, hold on a second. I see it. Be patient with me. Plug this in. I'll put the Wi-Fi card back in. Then I need my controller. And this should boot without question. I like butts, and I cannot lie. Let me switch over here. Okay. Let me put source, video cap, add source, add new source, add, game capture, HD60S. Okay, so technically we are ready. Should boot. Oh, that question, okay, answer. If you were asking me what laptop they get to console stream using Streamlabs with a $400 budget, you think that's pleasable? I mean, if they want a laptop, I mean, that's a hard thing to do. I think I'll have to pull up a website. There should be like a good i3 build that can obviously X264 stream, but you're not going to get like dedicated encoder. You're not going to go PC with a graphics card, like a dedicated card in it, like a laptop at least. You're not going to find one. But you can probably get one that's got a powerful enough CPU that you can X264 stream with, as long as you don't plan to like play games with it. I mean, I think we can make that happen. All right, I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, so I'm glad I booted it outside. I didn't plug in the power cable. I was about to say. This thing should boot just fine. All right, now the power cable's plugged in. All right, flip the switch. Okay. Did I misplace the power switch button? That I might have done. Okay, PC won't boot. Let's troubleshoot. Ooh. Dang, bro. Be back. All right, let's go here. Small screen. Yeah, it was small screen because I was about to boot it. Check out the scene. Yeah, I saw the scene. I knew what we were on. Yeah, I literally just added in the capture card, so that because I thought I was about to boot the system. So yeah, I've already flipped the power supply switch a couple times. I think it might be the power switch little spot. Yeah, I've already flipped the switch a couple different times. And before I walk away, this is plugged into a port that is on, so. Be all right. Good thing is, I only have a couple things to remove. Well, really just the graphics card. And it's just a small graphics card, no big deal. Just enough time for me to kind of test it. Boop. And gotta pull the HDMI cable. GPU out. Oh yeah, I totally missed with the power switch. Huh. Wow, that was a great job, Brandon. I only hooked up one of the leads for the power switch. Oh, it only slid in one of the spots. While I got this out, let's put a speaker in. I don't know if I even have a speaker spot. I don't think that this board will probably even have a speaker spot. Should have it on the front panel, but the front panel doesn't have one. There's a comm slot, but all it is. All right, GPU. It's always something simple, guys. Whenever you have to test something, it's always something simple. Chasing the spark was my bad. Yeah, it was dark because I didn't have a light going on down there, so not surprised that I missed that, but be alright. Let's just put this graphics card back in. By the way, this is the LTT screwdriver, and it is so easy to work with. And this case is so easy to work in. Holy stuffs, man. Talk about being impressed with the case. Once again, this is the Sama IM01. I would just go look at the case and put it as like a, oh my God, you can go buy it. But you can go find it. I found it on Newegg for a good price, but you can get them on Amazon. Sama IM01. All right. Oh, don't lose the power cable. All right, that's plugged in. And which one is, that's not HDMI. No, if it goes in that like that. That one is. Started doing extreme rate build on the Switch last night. That was tedious with all the smart parts. Oh, were you doing extreme rate? Oh, That's crazy. LOL. L Titty? What is L Titty? What's up, Commando? Chris, welcome. Space Cadet, welcome. Everyone, hello, hello, hello. All right, now I'm going to go to the screen that y'all are like, oh my God, pay attention to your screen. Watch, guys. It didn't boot. It booted. Yay! Fans are on. RGB is on. I should. There it is. There's a post, and because I've already set this drive up, okay, it's already going to say welcome to SteamOS. Watch this. It's so cool, guys. Loads Linux, goes in. I think I unpaired my controller, so I'm going to have to, at the minimum, use this. By the way, let me show you this. This is so cool. So this thing is a keyboard and trackpad at the top. That's just a USB thing, and it has little buttons and like left and right click. It's like a game controller. Oh man, best thing to do troubleshooting on, honestly. Love this thing so much. All right, so we're at black screen now. I think it might just be booting. Let's do a hard reset. Fans come on. It is so quiet. You can barely even tell that it's on. Partially because this fan in this case is so good. All right, let's boot into Linux and see how it goes. And the cool thing was I just swapped the RX 580 and the 6600 XT. Didn't have to worry about drivers because I think it automatically installs drivers and puts things in the background for you. So yeah. So we're gonna see if this actually gets to a splash screen for SteamOS, or whatever it's called, whatever they're calling it. Steam Deck OS 3.1 or SteamOS 3.1 or something like that. Hopefully we can get it there. There it is. Okay, so it's loading. All right, so here is SteamOS. I'm playing off the piece right here, the like display screen. I need to go to controller. I need to actually connect a controller. Or maybe it's Bluetooth. Oh, the Bluetooth, this is one thing I'm having a problem with. My Bluetooth thing, Bluetooth dongle, hasn't been working very well. I think I just need a new one. So, I don't know what's up with it, but it hasn't been working. So, the problem has been, I think I've just had to restart the system a couple different times for it to register it. I just need a new one. And there is a PCIe one. I have two PCIe Wi-Fi cards and Bluetooth. I just think that this one's dead. Which is gonna have to be what it is. All right, let's go home. I need it to shut down. General system. See, there's a check for updates, and then let's go ahead and see. Ryzen 5 3600, and then it's got a 6600 XT. So it's already pulled everything up that it should. Steam menu, I'm gonna do power, and then I'm gonna do restart and see if it'll pick up the Bluetooth card, which it should. Just fine. I kind of want to show you how gaming is on it, because it is pretty neat. All right, booting into the BIOS. Now it's going to SteamOS. I just booted in. There's like a little indicator light on the side of the Wi-Fi card. I think I just need a new one. That, or it's just SteamOS 3.1 not recognizing. Oh, the light's on. Okay, maybe it just needed to restart. Ah, now I'm on Xbox controller. All right, cool. So you can see like everything's on here that I've already like pre-installed and downloaded. So if I click this, let's just click play. It's going to say downloading content. So it's probably going to go ahead and kind of install everything. So this is what's cool about it. This is what you normally see on the Steam Deck, where you have like the friends. You can see like he's playing, Afterburn's playing in Destiny 2, he's in orbit. And then you have brightness and audio. You can do airplane, blah, 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 all this stuff like you'd normally see. But here's where you get cool stuff. You actually can turn on all of these settings. So you can see what the PC is actually doing. VRR, allow tearing, frame rate limit. For now, I'm just going to turn it to off. And then you can also go down here and turn on scaling filter, and you can turn on FSR for the entire system. Or you can, in this case, since I'm using like a regular GPU, I can turn it off. But even a lower GPU, you can turn on FSR and it works for every single game. It just works for anything that's like digitally happening on the screen. So cool. All right, and then one of the things it always does is process the shaders. And that's just so it will just run better, honestly. I'm looking to build one of my own, but don't know where to start. So are you talking about a PC in general, or what I'm specifically doing, like a Steam machine? Because honestly, building the parts was just like, I just built a regular PC, like nothing crazy, and you can use integrated graphics, obviously. But like if you're talking about this specifically, oh, a PC, if you're wanting to build your own, where to get started? There's so many guides of people building them. Always start with your budget, how much money you have to spend, and then you need to figure out, do you want more graphics or CPU? And then kind of judge apart your biggest purchases. So, I mean, there's places like PC Part Picker that does a really good job of like having not pre-built, but like predetermined lists that look at the cheapest thing of each category, and does a really good job of kind of giving you the best option for your money and price-wise. So I would encourage you to go check out PC Part Picker, because they have things that are like, you know, a $500 build or $600 build, AMD or Intel, etc. So yeah, let's boot into Hogwarts Legacy. I literally just kind of went for this, and let's just see what performance is like. We are on, I think, we'll check in a second. I'm pretty sure we're native. We're probably D1080p right now. Let's go to graphics settings. I can't really see. We're on medium. Right now it's registering 1440p. That's cool. Let's go 1080p right now. FSR is on. For right now, we're going to turn it as off. Everything is on. Frame rate cap, we're going to turn this to uncapped. We're just going to see what performance is like. We're going to do Windows A and make sure that we don't have a limit here. Cool. And then I need to make sure that VSync is off. I kind of just want to see what it's going to be like if I just cranked the settings. So let's go to VSync. Field of view is on, VSync on. Let's turn that off. Here we go. Now the system's opening up. 107, 91, 102. There we go. Now the GPU is actually having to work. CPU sitting at 47%, 61 degrees Celsius. GPU is 100%, 56 degrees. This is cool, guys. FSR, as you can see, is off for the system-wide FSR. But if I go in here and let me show you what it's like when I turn it on. So it still says that it's off. Yeah, it's still off. It didn't turn on. It's probably because I have it off in game. It should turn on though. Nope. I got a performance boost. It looks like it turned on. Anyway, system-wide FSR is so cool, but you get a lot of stats. There's some stuttering right now, but if I locked this at a solid 60, you wouldn't notice anything. just running around inside. Let's go out the door over here. And so I'm just gaming literally on a Xbox controller. You can see the textures need to actually get into cache. There we go. But as you can see, I'm running native 1080p, no upscaling. If I go over here and let's do upscale type, let's do FSR 2.0, we'll leave it on quality. And then I am going to turn on VSync and just let it sit at a solid 60. And it's going to stay there all day. It's going to keep the GPU cool, the CPU cool. Oh, I mean, that's so nice. It's using 43 watts of the GPU right now. And it's performing really well. Like, you can tell, like, this is a really playable experience. Let's take it up to, I think as I locked it at 60 on 1080. Let me go up here and crank it to, like, high graphics. This is on 1080p medium right now. Let's go to ultra and let's see what happens. On. And let's just let it crank everything and see what happens. GPU usage popped up. Still sitting at 60 frames, and then now all the textures are going to have to recache.
Not a single student got their sleeping
You can see them get better over time.
the contents of
Protego.
children in a room with one car.
Accio.
So, and actually I do have vibration.
Accio.
Just going through the controller. You gotta admit, this is pretty cool. Get all of this control. A little bit of a stutter down to a 52 there. Let's go back to settings, and this time I'm actually going to cap the frames naturally to a solid 60. So it doesn't try to jump up to a 62.
Defense against the dark arts.
Nice. Really nice performance. Ultra quality, guys. 1080p.
Accio.
And I mean, this is a really hard to run game right now. A little bit of a graphical stutter right there.
Lumos.
Can we go out to the courtyard? Is this out to the courtyard? Yeah, here we go. So out of the courtyard, 52, 51. Seeing some stutters here because it's loading in these textures. 47, 48. GPU is definitely working. If I didn't have it on ultra settings, I bet we would be doing pretty good right here. And I still could bump up FSR too. But I still find this a very playable experience. Like, nothing over the top. System isn't too loud. My one thing here is my system fan has not turned on yet, or it's turned off. And I think it's just because everything's running pretty cool right now, maybe. But my system fan is just sitting idle. I kind of want it to actually spin up and spit out some of this heat. Let's go in here and turn on FSR and see if it'll actually turn on now. It will not turn on. Interesting. Anyway, I'm not sure if anyone else is still hanging out with me here, but we're an hour and a half in, and this build is technically, it is completed. So, present. I mean, this is cool, guys. Let me see if I actually drop this down to what is it, like just high settings instead of ultra, because it turns on everything. Let's go to high settings. We'll do apply. Is ray tracing good? Yeah, ray tracing is off. Oh, there's a benchmark. Oh. All right, yeah, now we're on just high settings. Still sitting at 92, 93, so Must just be that hard of an area to render. I do believe it is. Really impressed so far. 63 on the CPU, nothing over the top, but it is definitely using 5 cores worth of CPU to be able to run this game.
Revelio.
Let's go run inside. And then obviously the GPU is going to get a lot more relaxed now.
Might
Yeah, temps are coming
sometimes so
down.
help me.
47 watts. This is crazy. All right, so I think I'm going to button it up. So we're just going to, what you can do is you can go to exit game, confirm, basically get out of the game. But at any time you can go to settings, excuse me, you can go to power, and then you can go switch to desktop. And you get a normal, like, desktop experience. And so I have everything blown up because it was on a 4K monitor, so that's why it looks crazy right now. But you can still do Steam Remote. You can see all the games and stuff are here that you would, like, I've downloaded onto the thing. You can still return to gaming mode. And it's just basically a normal PC, and it comes with like Windows processing stuff. So, you know, there's Firefox, like I've already put Discord on here. Discord works. Let's see, then you have things like just regular stuff that you would use for basically anything that you would, you know, get onto a computer for. And then what you don't find, you know, most of the stuff is open source. You can just download it for free. Really cool. Browser works. It's really nice. I love Hollow OS. Like, it's really nice how it works. No complaints here. Battery and brightness. Oh, and it actually will let me connect to my server, but it won't connect to the server for the gaming mode. Like, I can't access my server games, but I think that might just be a limitation that I haven't figured out how to solve yet. So, and it's just really nice. And so you can connect to your other desktops like we were talking about earlier. Let me turn that down because we don't need to see that all the time. Let's just put it on off for now. And so like all the games are here like you would normally see. Oh, I think it disconnected the yeah, I think it disconnected. Can I open folder? Yeah, there's the video cap device. Deactivate. Activate. Okay, so my USB device crashed, so that means the capture card crashed. But the system's still running, and it's running great. So let's go back to here. And that's, there she blows. So really all I need to do is button her up, and she can go live where she needs to go live. Put this panel on. It just snaps in place. Bro, it's so cool. All right. They do sell a tempered glass version of this case. It's got dust filters all over, just in case. And she's done. A little bit of RGB from the RAM shooting out, just a little bit. I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I can. Let's see if I can turn that around so you can see it. Just a touch of RGB. Nothing crazy, just a little bit there. And honestly, that could be turned off. But you're not really gonna pay that any attention, and maybe in a dark room you would see the RGB, but everything should have plenty of ventilation to pull air in from wherever it would like to pull air. So Really impressed with this case. And the front just comes up like that. Oh, it's so easy to do anything in this case. Wow. I don't know how to install the front panel back again, but figured it out. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't put the screw on the top panel. Yeah, I need to. There's a screw for the bottom panel too. Just trying to get these clips for the front panel to cooperate. I don't think hitting it very hard is going to really make a difference. On. Whenever you're ready. So I can get this side to pop in just fine. Let's put it on its side. Ain't gonna hurt it to be on its side. Oh, there's a cable on the way. And obviously that's gonna prevent it from clicking. Cool. All right, that's in. Screw at the top. Keep it in place. So it can't, you know, come undone. I got another screw that goes down at the bottom. Shoop, 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 shoop. Nice. I kind of want to do a thermal test with it like all buttoned up, and I need to get that back fan running all the time so it is trying to pull some air through the case. And so we'll kind of see how that. Ooh, those of you who are PS or like computer people, let me see if I can get this capture device to connect again. Let's see. Oh, I can't get this thing to connect. Let's pull this out. I think that might have been all the bandwidth it needed. Deactivate. What time is it? It is not 10:08. All right, deactivate. Let's change it to something else. Okay, it does not like being what it is right now. Okay, source plus via cap, add source, add source. Okay. It says that it's working. Custom. Oh, I disconnected the HDMI cable. Durr. All right, close. All right, you guys have to see this. Watch this. Power restart. Where's the delete key on this? Yes, I'm sure. The panels usually cause an issue just because. You're so right. This thing is nice. It's really going to fit in that little tower area I have over there. It's going to fit really nice. Just kind of out of the way. All right, let me boot this. Come on. BIOS. Okay, so we need to go to Q fan control, chassis fan. I want to put this thing on full speed. We're going to see what happens. That is not a loud fan. Yeah, that is not a loud fan. It barely spins. Wow. Yeah, this thing's definitely gonna have to have some other kind of fans. Maybe some intakes from the bottom to pull some air into the case. Yeah, totally. But that thing on 100% is not that bad. Let's do turbo. There's not much change. Yeah, 100% isn't bad. It is not loud. Pretty sure I might leave that one. I think I'm gonna leave it directly at a full speed because that is not loud at all. All right, so we have changed something out. So is resizable bar on? Resizable bar is on. AI tweaker. Everything should still be. DOCP is connected. Yes. Everything is fine here. I have no overclock, no PBO. I have nothing happening. Do I have PBO on? Everything's on auto. So it's doing its thing. If it wants to do something, then it can. Yeah, look at that CPU temp. Nothing crazy. It is warm, but it is not that bad. Let's go in and tune that fan curve a little bit for the CPU. So what is CPU fan on right now? CPU fan is 50%. This is a really quiet fan. So I think I might do let's see if I can get 70, 75. This is really hard to do with this touchpad. I think that might be where we get. Can I get the touchpad, please? Thank you. Let's see what happens. And what happens when we do full speed? Oh, it gets loud. Okay. %70 is not loud at all. What does 80% sound like? I can hear coil whine over the fans. I gotta hit apply, no wonder. Okay, yeah, that's got some sound to it. So why don't we bring it down 62? Can't hear that. Let's go to 70. Oh, I didn't want full. Come on. Come on. That's moving some air, but benefit of this system is it's quiet regardless. That CPU fan is always quiet. I think I might drop it down to 65. Yep, and then I think that's where we'll leave it. Temperature of that CPU is up there though. 45. 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. All that fan noise goes away upon putting the panel vacuum on and placing the case on its home. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I can't hear that. I think I want it to run. I would rather have a cooler build than the fans ramp up and down later. So let's try 75. Yeah. We're gonna leave it at that. I know I'm gonna have to install some other fans in here. I might just get like 1 or 2 Noctua fans. Kind of just bring some of the air. I might put one up top. I need to bring some fresh air in, so I might put them on the bottom. But I don't know if I do. I don't know if I have space under that graphics card. I might have to get me some slims. A couple slims and put them on the bottom. And just pull some air up. I think that might be what I have to do. Yeah. Really nice. Don't know why the word vacuum appeared. Yeah, when you put the panel on. Yeah, there's already the 80 millimeter, which is on 100%. I do want to put, yeah, probably a top fan, because I can probably fit above this like a normal 120, which I have. I just don't, there's only one header on this board. And because there's only one header, I can only put the one. No, I don't want to quit without saving. Save changes and exit. What is DC mode to disabled? Chassis. Oh, because I put it at 100%. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably put, if I can get some slims. Do I have space for slims? Let me open it up. I might have space for some regular 120s, but they're going to be right beside the graphics card. So I might have to get some slims for the bottom. So maybe 1 or 2 slims for the bottom to shoot some air up. And then definitely, I think I can only fit maybe one 120 up here. So I'll put a 120 and then 2 slims. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out why. I just turned it off so that it would run 100%. I could have hit, I think I hit full speed, which means it goes ahead and turns it off and puts it at 100%. The DC mode is so that if you have like a 3-pin fan instead of a 4-pin PWM, you can actually still control the fan through how much voltage it sends to the socket, or to the actual pins. So, or at least that's how I understand it. All right, so the panels are on. I kind of want to boot the game again. And now that the panels are on, see how it performs. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how it performs with just this. And it's nice, it's got 2 USBs on the front, so if you wanted to hook up a couple of controllers, could definitely do that. I do have a wireless headset I want to plug in with this, but it doesn't necessarily work with Hollow OS. It's kind of weird, but I know it will work with Windows. So if I ever switch it over to Windows, it would be just fine. And I don't know if you guys can actually hear the game or not. Oh, you can. Oh my gosh, it was probably so freaking loud. Sorry. I didn't think I had it coming through. Wait, let me turn on performance overlay. Let's at least get the important stuff. That's kind of all I really want to see. All right, CPU running at 64 degrees. I mean, it's just boosting. It's just PBO doing its thing right now. That's all that is. It's got the thermal headroom, so it's going to use it. And it's still an air cooler. Once it hits 70, it'll ramp up. Between that and 75, it'll ramp up to 100%. But these are respectable temps. 50C on the graphics card. Now, obviously, this is capped at 60. Let's put it, once again, let's put it in worst case scenario. And let's see how it handles some load. So let's go none. No upscale type. VSync off. Uncapped. And then I think we'll just put it back on ultra. Oh. No. Apply. Still stuck at 60 because I got the limiter here. There it goes. All right, so up to 98%. Only pulling 110 watts on that card. I just put a 4080 in my main system, and I was playing New World yesterday, and I was barely breaking like 80 watts to run it at high, like ultra graphics. Cards are getting so, just so awesome right now. What is the best USB mic? From what I've tested, now obviously this is what I've tested, right? So it's my subjective point. People have reminded me of that in my comments, but if I find K688 all day or day, I'm sure there's probably some stupid expensive one that you can get, but 80 bucks? For 80 bucks, why not? All right, so 100 degree or 100% usage every now and then, 70 degrees Celsius, 71 degrees Celsius. I'm seeing max 67 so far on the CPU. Why don't we do the benchmark? I don't think is an actual like visual benchmark. Let's go back out to the courtyard. Oh, it's a lot.
Stop it, Peeves, you'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't get Peeves a smack.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Performing well, the GPU fan kicked on. And if I ran it at 60, I really wouldn't have to worry about the GPU fan kicking on, which is fine. I don't mind the fan kicking on if it means performance and it's keeping the card cool. But I don't see myself playing this like high refresh or anything, so I would probably still keep it at just a solid 60 and probably just turn the settings down because I don't see the point of running something for what's essentially going to be like a couch PC. I don't see the point of cranking it up. Performs really well so far. I'm seeing 75 on the GPU. And I can hear the fan on the GPU, that's fine. Like I'm causing that to be a problem. Back out into the courtyard. Here we go, this should be like close to hardest hitting here. That I've unlocked. I haven't unlocked much of this game yet. Frame limit is off. Let me turn overlay view all the way to max, and then we're going to try the FSR click this time. Still didn't turn FSR on. Interesting. Why not run 30 FPS and keep the quality? You're not wrong. Let's try it. Lock it at 30 and let's see what happens. Well, and I will say, I've ran this card with FSR, and this is no FSR, so this is just native res. I have run this card on a 4K TV at 4K medium settings with FSR, and it's performed really well. Now, I mean, it was a 30 FPS experience, but like 4K medium, I was able to get 1440p high with FSR on and be able to keep it at 60. And I was okay with that. Like I was fine with that experience. And this is okay. This case is definitely putting off some heat off that GPU. Wow, and that back fan is really throwing some heat, yeah. So this case definitely needs some fans. I think some fans blowing directly on the GPU to just keep it cool would definitely help out. So I might try to find just a couple of slims. Does anyone have any slim fans that they recommend? You know, they have like 20mm fans. I think a full size 120 would fit, but I also don't want them touching just for vibration reasons. I mean, for 30 Gilid, is that right? Gilid? Let's put it at 60. All right, now let's go into here. I think this will allow me to bump the settings to 1440. No, it won't. Let me go back in here and let's do upscale. Let's put it back on FSR. And let's leave it on high. Or I think it's on ultra settings right now. So just turn FSR on for quality. Wow, I'm getting worse performance now. What's that about? I'm getting worse performance with FSR on? What? So I was getting like 30s, right? Let me go back to native res. Still in the 30s. Okay. Let's drop from ultra back to high. And FSR on. Quality is fine. Let's turn VSync back on. This is 1080p high with FSR. I mean, it is still pushing it, but I'm able to hit a 60. And high settings on this game still look pretty awesome. It's not ultra. I will say that, it's not ultra. But even if I locked it at 30, it would still be a great experience. It's definitely pumping out some heat though. I can feel it pulling air from the side panels and from the top panels, which is nice. Which is cool. CPU's finally heating up, and I think it's just all the heat coming up from the GPU heating up the CPU right now. So, yeah, it just needs some fans. Can the inside case top handle the dimensions of a single fan radiator water cool set? Can the single inside case top? Single fan? No, it won't handle. No, because it's only an 80 mil, like beside where the motherboard goes, which would be the back of the case. No, it does not support. Oh, are you meaning like a 120 mil rad here? It supports 240 mil. So I could technically put a 240 mil radiator in here with like no problem. Like I know I can put a 240 in here. And it supports a 240 off, like right here in the front. You just pop it in, 240. So depending on what the heat is, I don't know. We might just put a 240 mil in here. I'll get one of the like El Cheapo ones. I've got a 240 that I kind of don't like on my current setup. I might just put it on this and roll with it that way. But yeah, you can put a 240 mil in here, and in that same case, you can do a 120 mil single. It's just a 65 watt, you know, chip. It's not that hard hitting a chip. But these temps are not bad. Like this is 70 degrees Celsius, and I'm running around like the, you know, kind of craziest area. But I can tell that the heat of the GPU is rising into the CPU, which is why I need another fan. Like I can tell it's just gonna need some fans. So I just need to order another splitter. Like that's what I need to do. All right, so here we go. I'm going inside. This should calm this down a good bit.
Predicament.
Yeah.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Yeah, I think a good 240 mil would keep that CPU under control. It's just a 3600. And then definitely some good fans in here would keep it nice and chill. Nice and relaxed. But I kind of didn't want to put water in here because I wanted it to be like I could pick it up and go, right? I just wanted it to be air cooled. I didn't want to have to worry about the water. I just wanted to worry about it being just consistent. And I'm not upset at these CPU temps. Like 73, I'm not upset with that. I'm not gonna be doing AVX workloads on it, you know? I think with better airflow would definitely improve the thermals of this system. 100% better airflow. Oh, you can dodge? I didn't pay attention there was a dodge function. That's cool. All right, I'm pretty impressed. I think that for what it is, for what I built it to be, this could just be a competent gaming build regardless. You know, 6-core processor, 6600 XT, that's like 2070 Super, 2080, you know, 2080 Super performance. Quick fix, put the case in a bag and throw it outside in the snow. Yeah, no snow here. It's like 70 degrees outside, so. You know, I think it's fine. I think for what it is right now, I think it's gonna perform exactly the way I want it. I'll order some more like fan stuff, because I can tell like right here is getting warm, right at the very top of the case. Is definitely getting quite warm right here. And right where the GPU is, because it's a full, you know, mesh case. So I might go 240 mil. I've been kind of wanting to get a different rad for the main PC to keep that CPU even cooler. I might go 240 mil and install it an AIO in here. It might not be able to fit with the ATX PSU though. It's my only concern. I think that this cooler will perform better given better airflow. %. I do think that is definitely a case. I'm putting 2 fans at the bottom to pull air up, or pull air in, and then one up here at the top to exhaust. I think that's more than enough to get what I need it to do. All right, I think we might end it here, beautiful people. I think this might be where we call it. Let's get the overhead cam out of the way. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for sticking around tonight. Space Cadet, Real Man, everyone, Burn, Ollie Gaming, everyone who's jumped in tonight, thank you so much for being active. I appreciate you. And yeah, this turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Just need to keep it a little cooler. Put some fans in here. All right, I think that's where we'll end stream, guys. Thank you so much. Deuces. I hope y'all have a great night and enjoy life. Great job. I appreciate it. Thanks, Space Cadet. Really, thank you, thank you.